Dear students, coming to girls particularly, this session is particularly aiming to help the girls, cadets and the candidates who want to go for it. So here who want to go for the SSB of course, and they want to learn something about Thematic Apperception Test. Where did this come from? Thematic Apperception Test is story writing. Why did this test come in? You have to understand the reason, the importance and the purpose. First we'll talk about the importance, then we'll talk about the purpose. Importance is, when you write a story, you get a complete 3 minutes to 4 minutes to write a story, right? In the process, you reflect a lot of words, a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts, a lot of attitudes, and this is enough to identify you on the basis of 12 stories which you have written. At least it does create a framework or skeleton for your personality. It creates कि भाई कैसी personality है, क्या व्यक्तित्व में है, क्या सोच. सो इसलिए इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस बहुत है. पर्पस क्या है, करना क्या है, एक एक कदम करेंगे. वील गो बाय दिस फर्स्ट सेशन सो दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट. देन वील टॉक ऑफ इट्स पर्पस. देन वील टीच यू द मॉडस ऑपरेंडी. इज इट क्लियर? ओके, हियर वी गो. प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी. आपकी पर्सनैलिटी प्रोजेक्ट होगी. कैसे? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम देयर. इफ आई हैव ट्रैवल्ड अक्रॉस इंडिया, and like my father was in the armed forces, I traveled across India, I saw different activities, I did different activities. तो मैं चाह के भी stories वैसी लिखता हूँ, the kind of stories which I have experienced or I have observed. There are only two things which will come in front. That is what I have experienced or what I have observed. So मेरा जो observation या experience है वो project होगा. That is why it tells the subconscious points. मेरे अंदर के विचार. अगर मुझे कोई डर है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अर्लियर आई वाज अ वेरी वेरी काइंड पर्सन, इन द सेंस आई वाज टू इमोशनल. आई एम नॉट प्रेजिंग इट, आई एम टेलिंग यू इट्स अ हाई क्लास इडियोसिटी इन द प्रेजेंट जनरेशन और इन द सोसाइटी, मॉडर्न सोसाइटी, एंड आई वाज वन ऑफ देम. आई एम सॉरी टू से, आई एम नॉट बीइंग प्राउड अबाउट इट, बट इट इज ट्रू. इमोशनैलिटी, sensitivity, politeness to extreme level is wrong. It's harmful. And I was, so in many of my stories I had that thought process, but I corrected it to certain level thanks to the hostel experience which I had in Allahabad University. Muirian hostel. Muir is a wonderful hostel. This is called as it was on the Dr. Amarnath Jha hostel, and the entire seniors of mine made me more mentally stronger, emotionally stronger. So my otherwise subconscious thought patterns was very kind, very polite and very foolish. You don't have to be extremely emotional and extremely polite. We are not living in one of the generation where you will survive on that basis. So that was there. So same thing happens with you guys. You should correct it. Emotional balance is important. That's what I'm saying. And natural reaction in unusual, ambiguous conditions. In ambiguous condition, you should have some calmness, some patience. Many of them do not have. कि क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं मालूम तो भरभराने लगे. No, relax. Everything will be positive if you are positive. So that is something which comes out in the projection of personality. Now you are a girl, agreed, but there is a boy, agreed. What is the difference? Except the reproductive organs, nothing. If you come to it, your attitude can be equally strong as the man. You are not less stronger. Let me tell you, as per the observation of the zoologist, in the animal kingdom, the female species is more stronger than the male species in terms of many things, in terms of emotionality also. No, your crying is a dramatic manipulation which girls do. But actually the girls are more stronger. They are able to take strong decisions better than men. Actually I'm saying this. Anyway, we'll discuss on that later, but let's come to this point. They demonstrate more leadership and courage and resilience. Now you would say physical, yes, physical aspects, they may be little weaker, but here we are talking about mental aspects. That is why I'm appreciating. So let's go ahead. So behind traditional social expectation, you're wonderful. So that is what we want to identify. We want to know that, are you going to be that, ooh, touch me not, or are you going to be strong enough? In the armed forces, we want you to be working shoulder to shoulder with men. हम लोग चाहेंगे कि आप कंधे से कंधा मिला के लड़े, तो उस समय वो नाजुक कली तो नहीं चलेगा. सो दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट दे वांट टू नो. देन कम साइकोलॉजिकल मैच्योरिटी, आपकी मानसिक परिपक्वता. मैच्योर है आप, हर 2 मिनट में दुखी हो जाए, हर 2 मिनट में जिद करें, हर 2 मिनट में झूठ बोले, हर 2 मिनट में लड़ाई करें, इसका मतलब मैच्योर नहीं है. सो वन हैज टू बी मैच्योर. You don't have to be carrying that quality of jealousy, which sometimes people feel that the girls have the right to be jealous. No, it is not acceptable to either of the genders. Right? So that is one thing. So you have to be very strong. You have to have balanced empathy. सबके साथ अच्छी सोच विचार, and assertiveness, firmness भी चाहिए, boldness भी चाहिए. ये important है military leadership के लिए, ऐसे नहीं चल पाएगा. Got it? Okay, then we come down to stress and responsibility. Now you should not feel weak if there is a stress. You are feeling, oh my God, and you start feeling worked up. No. What is stress? Stress is deadlines, stress is some expectation, stress is doing things in a short period of time, stress is worrying for others, stress is trying to complete a target. A lot of things are stress. But you should be able to take it. It's natural. It happens. And that is it. Important. अब पता चला आपको बोल रहे जल्दी करो, तो आप गुस्सा हो गए, अब आप एंग्री हो गए, या आप दुखी हो गए, या रोने लग गए. No, none of the things will help. So you should be able to handle that. You should be able to motivate your other friends also. And maintain morale under pressure. मतलब मोरल माने करेंगे, जज्बा रहना चाहिए. मैं अकेला नहीं, मेरा हौसला मेरे साथ है. Got it? Not got it? That kind of thought process you should have. Then we've got suitability for military roles. Now you may be a wonderful mothers, yes, but mothers also warriors. We have Israel as a very good example. So आपको, you have to be strong for that. Military roles means strength that you have to do. So you can think logically, take decision decisively, and you should be able to have those OLQs. OLQs, let me tell you, are nothing, something out of the world. It is very natural. Everybody has experienced it in the school, college, day-to-day life, family life. Everyone has used all those things. Who prominently have developed it are fit to be selected immediately. Who have not developed, then you can come back to get selected. Is it clear? So remember, that is very important. You don't have to take excuse of being gender this thing. Is it clear? This is something which I want to tell you about importance. This is very important because we do not keep any discrimination between male and female candidates. हम लोग नहीं रखते. आप चलिए purpose को समझेंगे. I'll give you a short break and we'll get back to it. Is it clear?